Hey crazy fans, Fan714 here, and welcome to the last video of 2022. I know it's been quite a while since I've made a video at all, and the last video that I made was in fact an update video, and honestly when I made that video I was really, what can I say? I was really just kind of like needing to get content out, so it wasn't really like an actual update video, if you get my drift. I was just more looking for an excuse to make a video. So here we are, end of the line. 2022 is finally over. 2023 is within only a couple of hours left. And honestly, I'm really excited. This 2022 has been rough from beginning to end on all sides. We're gonna start at the beginning, and this is not gonna be so much about what I made in 2022 because I'll be honest, including this video, I've made about 3 videos entirely, so we're not counting the content per se because honestly, like, the content could have failed regardless. But I'm just gonna reflect on what I felt was this year, and I'll briefly talk about what is coming up, but I'll explain more in a new little series that's just like the last video of 2022, how I've made that a part of my channel. I'm going to be creating a first video of 2023 and every other year after that, where I'll talk about my resolutions, exactly like a clear like what I have planned, at least so far. But for right now, let's reflect on what my year looked like. So in January, I made one video. I made one video in January, and I didn't make another video until about like, I think August or September was the update video. And basically involving last year, 2021, that was a really rough year for me. 2020 as well, but it slowly started to progress. I could see a slow progression. I could see a slow, hey, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be better than normal. I apologize. There was a power outage, so if the lights go out, oh well. So anyway, 2020 was like the worst of the worst. I think for most of us that was really like a breaking point. 2021 was still pretty bad. It did get better, and I did see a lot of improvement this year as well. However, going from 2021 into 2022, I was definitely not prepared like I thought I was going to be. A lot of stuff happened. I mean, first of all, for anyone of you who know, I am currently still in school. This semester was supposed to be my last semester. Things happened. I'll talk a little bit about that later. But going back into January, February, honestly, I don't remember a whole lot about that. I was going in my last semester before I was supposed to go into my graduating semester. That was really difficult. It was an easy semester, but I definitely slacked off a lot. For anyone who knows me, I'm a procrastinator at heart. I procrastinate a lot. I mean, these last couple weeks even, procrastination and sleeping in, which has been really good for me, especially for what I've been going through. But other than that, you know. So I ended up fine, but there was definitely a lot of discrepancies. There was a lot of heartache. There was a lot of thoughts filling my mind of like, am I actually going to succeed? Will I, you know, continue? I had already like moved some classes over to this spring semester. Otherwise this spring semester would have been my last semester, so I just kind of added on to my school year, which is not a bad thing in any way. It was just really, really, really challenging and really difficult. when it came down to thinking about those things. Anyway, school semester ended and I finally had about a month break before I started working. Now, work for me in the past, especially over the summer and during the holiday season, has been extremely tough. It's been difficult because I don't know what exactly I'm doing in the summer, and some things are just planned like last minute with my family. But thankfully, we didn't have a whole lot going on. I only, took like a week of a break, or of a vacation, you could say, because I went to camp. And working has been really great. That was like the first job, first of all, where I didn't get taken out of early because of stuff that I did. But it was also like the first time that I actually felt happy working over the summer. I felt really joyful and glad working. And then, like I said, I went to camp for a week, and that was really fun up until the last 2 days of camp. And that's where I started to feel really self-conscious about myself, and I started to feel like, am I not worthy enough to do some of these things? I was a leader at this camp, and it was super fun. It was so fun. I haven't been since I was in middle school, so it was really awesome to be able to see most of the same things that were very familiar and a few new things. And the second to last day, or the second to last night, should I say, one of the girls, who was not in my cabin, but I do know her on a personal level, she broke her arm. And I don't know why they called me to go to the hospital with her, but they were like, you need to go to the hospital with her. Like, it is that bad. Like, we can't have anybody else right now. You're the only one who has to do it. And I don't know if it was because they trusted me more. I don't know if it was because I knew the girl more. I don't know if it was because I would have been the only one available. But they called me to do it, and I'm like, sure, I will do it. I was really scared because I know this girl, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she just broke her arm. What do I do? How do I calm myself down? And apparently I felt, at least to my other leaders and friends, I seemed very calm, but on the inside I was shaking. I was terrified. I'm like, what is going to happen? How is this going to end? It was terrifying for me. The next day I started to feel the side effects of what I had just experienced, of like, oh my gosh, like, this girl could have died. This girl, I could have been in the hospital up until today. Like, I would have probably had to gone home with her because, at that point, it was like both me and one of the other males would have had to go. So it was really scary. And like I said, I didn't know what would have come to me. So for most of the last day, I did stay behind in the cabin. It was a lot. It was a lot to take in. And like, since that incident happened, I've been very like cautious about people, and I've been very cautious about the group that I'm in. Not that the group that I'm in isn't good for me, and it's not like I don't trust anybody, but I've been extremely cautious just because of that. Because yes, it wasn't my fault, and it wasn't anyone else's fault per se. It was just an accident that happened with a couple students. But still, it's been making me really wary. And I definitely had to take that into consideration. Worked for a little bit more, started up my semester again, what was supposed to be the last semester, and without giving too much detail, I had to redo my last semester for reasons, and I ended about like 2.5 weeks before I was supposed to end, before I was supposed to graduate, which I'll admit kind of sucked. Being told that, hey, you're not good enough right now, really, I did not like that. But I couldn't do anything about it. It was out of my hands, it was out of my control. So that's what happened. And for the next couple weeks, actually, it was a long time that I had to think about this, that I had to struggle with this, that I had to kind of go through, okay, what is the reality of this for such a long time? And I think that went with me up until now. Christmas was fine. Didn't get everything that I wanted, but you know, it happens. Got at least a couple things that I wished for. One of which was a couple books, which is one of my resolutions, which I'll talk about in the next video. As well as an Apple Watch, which I've been wanting for a while now, because it's gonna be so convenient if I don't have my iPhone on me to text, to listen to voicemail calls, to see if anyone emailed me or texted me. It's going to be very handy, especially when I'm a teacher, especially when I continue with this semester, when I'm working. It's going to be so much nicer. So that's something that I was really happy for. Other than that, my sleep schedule has been really off. Even this morning, it was so off. But I will say it's for the best. I've been staying up until about 4 in the morning, which I never get to do. And it was even difficult to do that when I was taken out of my semester right before I hit the end. So I'm just taking in the little bits of moments that I'm getting right now until mid or end of January, to be able to sleep, to be able to rest. Yes, I'm not getting a whole lot of daytime, which I'm trying to work on and do better at, but for right now, I'm just doing what I can to rest, to get as much time for myself before I lose that, or at least until I get less of that, should I say. So yeah, again, content-wise, only 3 videos, including this one. Didn't do a whole lot. I really meant to. I really did, but with school, with so much happening, it just kind of flew out the window for me. I really wanted to create more content, and I continued to think about hey, what should I do next? And right when I thought of something, I just didn't have the time. And I couldn't make the time to put into making a video, so unfortunately. But I have been, since I'm no longer in school until mid or end January, like I said, I have been planning out things, lots of content for videos, for YouTube, for TikTok, posts for Instagram, which, by the way, if you guys didn't know, I have a TikTok account and I have an Instagram account, so you guys should totally follow them. And like I said, when it comes to content and YouTube specifically, I will be making more content. So I only had 3 videos this year. I didn't have a whole lot last year. I'm gonna have much more this year, but again, I'll talk about that in my first video of 2023, which will come tomorrow. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm definitely, like I said, going to make more content, so you'll see a lot more from me from this day forward. It might not be every day, and it might not be every week, but trust me, you're gonna see at least 2 or more videos a month. So it's not gonna be a whole lot, but it will be enough. Trust me. I want to make sure that I have more quantity rather than quality, or more quality rather than quantity. I forgot. Quantity is how much, and quality is, yeah. I want to bring out the best quality of videos rather than quantity. For a long time, to me, I always expressed that quantity is better than quality, and I definitely disagree. I would love to do both, where I have a lot of quantity with also some really good quality to my content. But for right now, I want to focus on quality rather than quantity. So expect some awesome content coming your way, especially in 2023, like I said, and I'm going to keep saying it, I'm going to keep making more. And this time I'm for real. I know I think I said this in my last video of 2021 for this year, for 2022. Didn't happen. Absolutely going to happen for next year. I have a plan. I have a plan to make content and when I'm going to release that content. So stay tuned. Until then, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss a video, since I won't be uploading every day. And yeah, with that said, Happy New Year. I hope you guys have had a better 2022 than I did. Or if you didn't, let's hope that 2023 is better than the rest of these last several years, because trust me, it's been a lot. It's been hectic. It's been chaotic. So with that all said and done, I will see you all next year.